Okay, gang, this is Wellness Wednesday, and yesterday you heard from one of our first ones. Today, again, Miss Miriam, one of my dear, dear friends, and she as well is in this Positively Unstoppable Challenge 2024. She's in the shout out honorary mention list, and she didn't even know. So I was the one that got to reach out to you after it got posted. I went in, I'm thinking, Miriam must be on that list. So I went in to follow the list of the people. And really, Miriam, you felt like there were a lot of people in there. But what I'm telling you is there was a massive turnout this year with entries. People really did listen and really did try to complete it. And so you do feel like you're in a fairly good list, but actually you're not, because it was a massive turnout this year. So congratulations. And
Thank
I want
you.
you to share with our 55 plus family any thoughts that you have around this. You know, I trust you because you're a thinker. So what are some things you want the 55 plusers to know?
Well, something I was just telling Pam before we started this interview here, what you need to know is that at the very least, doing this is a jumping board, is a springboard
Yeah.
for where you can go. I'm now up to walking 4 miles a day, and that's a dedicated walking. I still, I walk through Costco and I walk through the supermarket and I'm running around my grandkids, but for dedicated walking. And that when I started the challenge, I couldn't have been more at maybe if I went a mile and a half or a mile and three quarters, it was a lot. And so it was the jumping off point for that. And in terms of weight loss, like now I happen to be counting calories. I remember I actually started my fast track coaching last year with Marcel. And he said, well, no, you got to count calories. And I said, I'm not counting calories. I'm going to listen to my hunger signals and I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to eat this and I'm going to cut out this and I'm going to do Weight Watchers. And he every week, he says, Miriam, every week you're coming to me with something else you discovered. I'm telling you, you have to count calories. No, and when I met Pam for the first time, Pam, tell them what I said to you.
So she chooses me as her second coach. I kid you not. So our very first greeting, she said, and by the way, I won't do this, I won't do this, and I won't do this. So I got all the won'ts that she'd already told Marcel. I got them all like within 5 minutes. It's like, okay, all righty then. I mean, it was Miriam. I thought, okay, it'll get better. This is going to get better.
So now, yeah. So
Yeah.
now I'm walking. I wear my Fitbit watch. This is something I didn't tell you, Pam. So like if you haven't moved for like 45 minutes, it's go time to move. And
Yeah.
Marcel used to say, set a timer for like 45 minutes. And every 45 minutes, because I was doing a lot of desk work, he
Yeah.
said, get up and just, flap your arm. I'm not doing that. So now I'm counting calories. I'm walking four miles a day. If my watch goes, bzz, I'm up off my chair, and I'm. So I just want to say that this is not where I was at the beginning of the challenge, and so I'm really honored to have gotten as far as I went, with the honorable mention and all of that. But it's so much more than that. And Pam, I didn't tell you, I actually started a small walking group, and Dee's in the group, and Val's in the group.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew
Yeah, and a couple of other gals are in the group, and I just as soon as there was an interest of like 4 or 5 people, I shut it because I
that.
told you I can't handle large groups, and I wouldn't have done this before the challenge, and I wouldn't have known where to post it to
Yeah.
do it before the challenge, but I posted it in our 55 group. So I'm just feeling that it's the challenge ended, the winners were chosen, but that's not like a cutoff point. It's like, oh, maybe I can get to 5 miles by the end of the winter. And and I've lost weight. I don't know if it's noticeable. It's really, it's very noticeable. And it's just all good. I didn't feel that when that ended, everything ended. I felt when that ended, where can I spring from that? And so that's sort of where I am.
Well, and two, Miriam, your journey that you took when you were assembling your 3 minutes entry video, I felt like you had so many aha moments. I mean, didn't you really feel like gathering that, realizing what all you have thought and put that together was powerful for you too?
Oh, I did. I did, because maybe one of these days I'll just post it. It's a nice enough video.
Well,
Um,
if you let me, I could post a link in this thing and they could go and see it. It's
oh,
pretty powerful.
you're welcome to. You're welcome to.
Really,
I got nothing to hide. But
I'll
it's
put that link there because really,
okay.
you took quite a journey with that, figuring out how you thought about things, what you valued with your family and
Right.
everything. It I thought that was powerful too. The time that you took to create that.
Yeah, and it started with a lot of pictures with me overweight. I didn't pick ones from way back, but I picked ones from like in the past 3, 4 years. I mean, you can see I'm younger in those pictures, but it's not like I picked a picture from when I was 16 when I was overweight. They were recent pictures. And then, that what had started it was I knew that I wasn't living the life that I could live.
Yeah.
Like getting up and walking. And I mentioned before, I live at the ocean. And so my walks I can't walk on the sand. It
Uh-huh.
kills my back. But
Oh,
what I do is that there's a street that's parallel to the ocean, and all the houses here are on stilts. Because when the ocean comes up, instead of everybody's basement being flooded, it goes through the stilts. So I walk down this street and I can hear the ocean. I'm not on the ocean. I can see the ocean. And when we moved here, that was my goal. I said, I want to walk at the ocean every day. And we live on a very high hill, so my house doesn't need to be on a stilt. And I said, I want to be able to walk down and walk up. And I walked up the other day, I walked up that hill. And when I started, at the beginning of the challenge, when I started, I would count to 20, and I would stop and I would rest and I would catch my breath and I would count another 20. And this is how I got up the hill. It took me like a half an hour to get up this hill. Then I started going mailbox to mailbox, and there's not a lot of houses. So it was a big thing. But between mailbox and mailbox, if you know New England, it's all rocks.
yeah.
So if there was a boulder there, I would sit between the two mailboxes and catch my breath and go to the next mailbox. And then I started with the walking poles so that I could like push myself up the thing. And then I went with a cane. So at least I'd have something.
Yeah.
And then I was just walking. And I just the other day, this was maybe not even 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, after I made my submission. And I just walked up the hill. And I didn't stop at a mailbox, and I didn't have cane, and I didn't have a walking pole, and I wasn't looking for boulders to sit on. And so it's like from this challenge came the walking on the ocean, came walking up the hill, came a lot of things. And so I really am very grateful for it. I'm
Yeah.
grateful I did the work for it. I've never done a challenge. I've never seen a challenge through. I've seen through a lot of things because I have a lot of accomplishments in my life.
Yeah.
So I can really say I've seen things through and I know how to do the work. But a physical challenge, like if I went to the Y, I remember one year I went to the Y and they were having like a burpee challenge or something. I don't know what it was. And I never see those through. I also always pay for like 10 weeks for a trainer. And after about 3 or 4 weeks, I'm done. Um, I have owned and gotten rid of at least two ellipticals. I have owned and gotten rid of at least 3 treadmills because I start and I don't. So those are the things I start and I don't finish. So for me, if you guys listen to stories and things on here and said, well, it was, I just wanted to finish it. And you said, that's just a cop out. No, you don't understand. I really wanted to finish.
Yeah.
And I did. And that video, the video sort of put, that stamp. She finished.
Yeah, they're gonna love. I'm telling you what, you guys, I'll put it in here in this section. You click on it. You need to see the video. I was inspired by all the work you did to describe your life, because I've told you from the day one. I mean, you have a really precious life with family and close family that gather and things that most people never do. I mean, your thing was, well, every Thursday night they all come here with the grandkids, we're eating together. I'm like, okay, well, we have to figure out how to make that work with your nutrition plan, right? Because it's important. And your
Right.
husband, Joe, how many years have you and Joe been married?
Monday will be 45 years.
Yeah, yeah. And he's been supportive of you all along.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And with this calorie counting, God bless him. I bring my little scale, but I make it into a game. So let's say he makes this filet mignon and I'll take a slice and I'll make a game. It's like, and we were in the restaurant business for years. And so he knows all about serving sizes. And I would say, well, how many ounces do you think it is? And so we make sort of a game out of it. And he made chicken wings. He was watching the football game the other day and he made chicken wings. And he said, here, I made these for you. I made them without the breadcrumbs. Or if he's making something and he's not sure, he'll ask, he says, can you have this ingredient? Or because he's so used to me cycling through, keto and low carb and Weight Watchers and this. And so he knows that there's always, every week is something new. Or my daughter and son-in-law a few months ago, they says, Mom, we're in a Whole30 phase. My husband even knew what that was. He said, can Chris eat this on Whole30? So when you talk about supportive, I mean, not only with the workouts, like he's done them with me. We cleared the man cave to put the yoga mat, and I needed chairs at the chair on both sides. And so he cleared the man cave so I would have my exercise spot. I don't think I told you that he did that.
Yeah.
And so very, very supportive. And I don't know where I was going with this, but yes, very, very very lucky with him. And we were together even 5 years prior to that. So I've known him 50 years, but and how, I just gonna throw this in here, how I got proposed to. And we actually, one Valentine's Day, the radio show ran a contest for the most unusual or romantic proposal ever. And I called the show and I says, well, they said, how did what was your proposal? And I says, well, we were together for 5 years. And in June, I said, if you're not married to me by the end of the year, I'm leaving. We were married November 18th. Do you know I won the contest? We went to a show and dinner at a gorgeous Italian restaurant in Boston. And they just thought that was the best proposal story they ever heard. Do you know I still don't have an engagement ring? Never got one.
Oh my word. Oh my word.
So yes, he anything I needed with the exercise, anything I needed with the food, any mindset work, like, Joe, I'm going to go down to the computer, I got to write, or I got to write in my journal or whatever. Very, very supportive. So I'm very blessed like that.
Yeah, you make a great team, Miriam. So I know he's thrilled that you were at least a part of this honorary
Oh,
group,
yes.
because he knows how much you put into this.
Oh,
And
he
people
does.
will know when they watch that link today. So go from this, click on the link, and make sure and watch what Miriam put together. It's beautiful, Miriam. I love it. So
Thank you.
thank you for sharing with our family. And I know they're going to leave plenty of comments after they watch your video link, girlfriend.
Oh, Thank you so much, Pam.
Love you tons. Thank
Okay,
you. Bye bye.
bye-bye.